Well, hello everybody, welcome to the stream. And I'm on Plain and Simples today by Stevie. The job for today, well for now, is to fertilise his field. So, let's crack on, shall we? Yeah, I hope everybody's alright today. Yeah, I was expecting Farmer Ups to join me today, but I don't know if he will later on. Hopefully he will, but I don't know. Yeah, so I hope everybody's alright today. You see, I've got a few people watching, but nobody's said hello yet. Henry, hi mate, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Yeah, I'm good too, thanks Henry. I'm just getting over a bit of a cold, but I'll survive. Do you play this map, Henry? Plain and simple. Because this is really the first time I played it, apart from like once we Farmer Ups on a bit of multiplayer and we harvested and collected the straw off this field. That's all I've done on it really. No, you play Who Dare Ranch. Yeah, I like the look of that map. Oh well, I did a map review on it. I don't know whether you saw it or not. About a week or so ago. But I do like it. And how are you finding that map? Do you like it? Some of the single player missions did not work correctly, which I had to fix, but I like it. Oh, okay. What was wrong with the missions? Because I wasn't sure whether the missions was working when I did the map review. I saw that the mission system worked, but I didn't know whether the missions themselves worked. And how did you fix it as well? Field 10, 17, 18, 22. When you spawn for the mission, times you out. So I went into G and moves the field by trigger closer to the field. Oh, it was too far away from the field. Okay. Yeah, because if you start too far away from the field, it only gives you like, is it 9 seconds or something to get back to the field, doesn't it? Oh, that's a bit weird. So, 10, 17, 18, and 22. So I'm just just writing them field numbers down, so I know myself next time. Scalded Scruffer says hi mate, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Same with Corn Belt Field 65, field by trigger is off. Oh, okay. Well, I haven't bought it, well, apart from Field 34, which is closest one to the farm. That's the one I bought on Corn Belt. How are you liking Corn Belt? It's a bit big, isn't it? Hello Johnny, how you doing mate? Welcome to the stream. You can come and join me in Discord if you want to, Johnny. Or are you playing Star Wars? Not yet. Well, the Empire won't wait forever, you know.
Hello.
Hello mate. Andrew says, yes, I did a field 18 mission, set up course play and went to watch TV. Yeah, because, well, I calculated with a, I think it was a 45-foot header, that it was going to take something like 29 hours to do a mission on that field. So I didn't bother. Yeah, so how's you, Johnny? Good, good. Yeah, I'm on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I don't know what the quality's like, but seems to be going all right for me on my end.
YouTube's okay.
Well, I've lowered the setting on YouTube as well to 30 frames, 720 30 frames. Because I know last week, you know, the weekend I was having a few problems, weren't I? So.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm monitoring Twitch. It looks okay. Well,
Twitch,
to me.
Twitch is usually better quality than YouTube.
Oh,
usually.
okay. Henry said there's 2 more 16 times maps coming out. Really? Okay.
2 more.
Yeah. And Henry says hi, Johnny.
That's impressive. G'day, Henry. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Those maps are very, very hard to work on in GE. GE doesn't like them much.
Yeah,
very patient.
Yeah, I had a look at Corn Belt in GE, and you scroll out a little bit too far, and it disappears. So,
yeah, everything disappears.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yep, and it's not a big distance from what I can remember, because I built around a bit with Corn Belt in 15.
Yeah, I watched the stream you did was it yesterday? You and Ice.
Yeah.
On West Coast.
Yeah, West Coast, yeah.
Yeah, the only way you can sell silage on there is by shovel.
Yeah, yeah.
And there is a buy point for bales, but it's not the one that you were looking at. There's a barn somewhere. I think it's by one of the other farms. You can sell them there, but not grass or hay.
Yeah.
It has to be silage. You can sell silage bales there, but not grass. You don't get nothing for grass or hay.
Yeah, according to the the pricing screen, they're not worth anything. You can take them there and they disappear, and that's it.
Yeah, but once they're turned into silage, you can. I don't know how long it takes though with seasons. That's the only problem.
Yeah, no, we're over it. We're over it.
Because if you look in the help, you know, when you press the escape, you can see the help. It does say that there's no price for hay or grass.
No, that's right. It says 0, 0.
Yeah, but I was a bit surprised when you said some of the bales were disappearing as well, though, because once they're wrapped, they're not supposed to.
Yeah, no. It took the BGA took 8 bales.
Yeah, I noticed that. I did notice that. Just a bit strange.
Gave us digestate to check the tank, and they gave us digestate. They didn't pay us for the bales.
Yeah, I did notice that. It's a bit weird, though.
Someone else is working on a Australian map.
Yeah, Broadacres and Rocky Mountain Valley.
And Rocky Mountain Valley, oh yeah.
Let's hope it works better than the last Australian map we tried.
Oh yeah.
That was a nightmare, that was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
It's a beautiful map though, it's just a nightmare to play.
It was a nice enough map. Like to look at and all the rest of it. It was nice enough, but still working on my Australian map, but it's only 4 times.
Oh, only 4 times.
Yep.
But by the time these 16 times maps are finished, it'll probably be time for the next 19.
Yeah.
You see anything of Farmer Ups today?
Not today, mate. No.
So I sent him a message earlier saying that I was going to be playing this tonight, because I haven't done any streaming for a couple of days because I've had a nightmare with my internet.
Yeah.
I wasn't even sure if it was going to be any good today, but it seems to be working up so far.
Yeah.
Andrew said, got to go. Yeah, see you later, Andrew. Thanks for stopping by, mate. And catch you next time. Sorry, what was you saying, John?
I don't know. What
you
was
were saying? I asked about Farmer Ups, and then you were saying something, and then.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard from him for since he was with us in chat while we were doing West Coast.
I heard him in there then.
Yeah. Well, he said he talked to me on Friday, so I don't know. Maybe he's gone away for a few days or something.
No, I don't know.
No, not sure.
But yeah, I was going to do RB's new map as well, but I uploaded that to the server the other day, and it came up with an error, and it wouldn't load. So I sent him my server log file.
Yeah.
And because he says he tried it on Doughboy's server as well, and it wasn't loading. He just kept synchronising with players, so he wanted to see if it was the same on mine, and it was. And then it came up with some errors, so I sent him the log file, and he said he sent me a message earlier saying that he thinks he's got a fix for it after checking on PCSG. But it was, I think he said it was 5 o'clock in the morning or something when he sent the message. So don't know when it's going to be fixed enough to be able to play. So because me and Farmer Ups were going to do some testing on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, couldn't get it to work.
No. No, it can be a hassle.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no joy in map building. Not until it's all over. It's just a long, arduous drag,
Yep.
filled with disappointments and everything else until until the final release when everything actually starts to work. Then you're happy, but it's a long, miserable trail to get there.
Well, that's it. Yeah. I mean, I did try and do. Well, I'll say try. It was a brief try in 15 to build a map, and I got as far as laying the roads down. Well, I didn't even lay all the roads. And that was it. I thought, nah. It took me days and days, and I thought, nah, I'll just leave it to the people who can.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever simple on it.
And I thought, nah, I'll just leave it to the guys who can do it, and I'll just enjoy their hard work.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to try that again.
No. How's the wolves fauna going on this?
I don't know. What's wrong? Oh, the cows just disappeared and reappeared somewhere else. Then what's wrong with the wool?
The wool it only loads a couple of bales and then locks up. Won't generate any more bales.
Does it really?
I've had words with Stevie about it. But there's only a few people having a problem with it, so I don't understand that. I've tried to get it to work with no mods in at all, thinking maybe there's a mod conflict, but no, it's not that.
I don't know. To be honest, this is only the second time I've played this map. The first time was with Farmer Ups when I did the what do you call it? That field I just fertilised. We harvested and collected the grass off it, the straw off it, and that was it. Really.
Okay, mate. Yeah.
Adriana says, "Hi all, how are you today?" Hi Adriana, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Where is the wool spawn point, mate?
Oh, it's in the shed. It's in one of those big sheds.
Oh,
behind you, sorry. Around behind you.
Oh, these ones in the sheds. Pasture?
No. Over there where you put your vehicles. One of those big vehicle sheds. Just on the inside of the corner.
Oh, that's the cow shed, isn't it?
Yeah, no, keep going. Straight up the road. No, turn right.
Turn right. Past the cows?
Yeah. No, you're going the wrong way, mate. Going the wrong way. Big vehicle shed. Those big long ones with the entrance in the centre.
Oh, the big massive ones?
Yeah.
Well, okay. They are this way. I just passed a few of them.
You passed them, yeah, but you're that way. Yeah, keep going. It's that first one that you're coming to.
Oh, this one here?
No. Other way.
The other way?
No. Other way. The other shed over there.
The one with the cultivator in?
Could be. Keep going. Go through that shed. Go through it.
Adriana says, be right back. Okay, catch you soon.
Go straight through. Yep. And if you turn into that shed.
Where you sell the grass?
Stop.
I have stopped. It's the delay, don't forget the delay.
Back up.
Past the fertiliser.
The other fit shed. That one there to your right.
To my right?
Yeah, that one.
Ah, right, I think I found it. I found a couple of question marks. Is this the one?
In there. Far end. There it is.
Selling point for straw. For wool.
You get both. All you got to do is push them against the wall and they sell.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't got any yet anyway.
Oh, you got none. But no, it was a big letdown.
Well,
I tried to fix it, I moved it, I did everything with it, but no, nothing. I couldn't get it to work. 2-3 bales, then no more bales at all, ever. Doesn't matter if you move them, doesn't matter if you sell them, doesn't matter if you clear the spot, just says no more room for bales.
Because before I started this, I sent up a message, and because I thought there was an update for this map.
Yeah.
And well, he didn't answer, so I don't know if there was an update for this map, because I'm still using the first version. Yeah,
no, well then yours ain't going to work at all. Like I said, I was talking to Stevie, and we had a few backwards and forwards emails, and he said to make sure download the latest update again, just to make sure you have got the latest update, which I know I did. But anyway, I downloaded it again, and yeah, nothing. Same thing.
It's a bit weird, especially for one of Stevie's maps as well.
Yeah, well, he usually tries to fix everything. He said he fixed it.
Yeah.
But it hasn't. There's issues, if you've still got the first version, there's issues with some of the troughs as well. So.
Oh, right, okay. That's good to know. So I'll probably be doing this, and I'll have to do it all over again anyway, because the save game will be good, will it?
No, you can use the save game, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
But it's not that anyway, because, like I said, I tried several times with a brand new game. No mods at all, just in case it was. And I think I tried 3 times with brand new games each time. No.
That doesn't sound too good, does it?
No, I thought, oh well, you know, if it's going to do that, okay. Just make sure that after it gets 2 or 3 bales there, you take them away. But it doesn't make any difference.
Not even if you sell them at the same time?
No. You can sell them in the sell point, you can drag them away and put them to the other side of the shed or wherever. Won't spawn any more bales. Now I thought it got over it, because I think I got 3 bales the first time, and then it stopped. It wouldn't spawn another bale, so I thought, oh shit. Anyway, so I saved it and got out, and later on I come back into the game, thinking I'll have another look at this. So I come back into the game, that one I saved, I had the 3 bales up against the other wall of the shed, and I thought, alright, I'll just fast forward time a bit. Another bale appeared, and it hadn't for hours, you know. On the previous try, another bale appeared.
So you thought it was
okay, so that's when I thought, oh yeah, that's alright. 3 bales, remove them, and then it may start working again. But it didn't prior, the prior try. I kept playing for about another hour or so, and no more bales appeared, and it was always red, saying, no more room for bales. Anyway, another bale appeared when I went back. And alright, so I went and off, went off and mowed grass. And then the message come up, no more room for bales. Oh shit. So I went back to the chute, and there was 2 bales there, and that was it. I thought, no, I'm not going to do this. This is a waste of energy.
Well, yeah. Considering that wool is so expensive in the game as well. Do you know what I mean? It's the best money spinner in the game, isn't it?
It's one of the. It's great. It's a great money earner. Yeah.
We're in 15.
And I like having cheap.
Yeah, 15. It was silage. In this, it's wool, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, when 15 first come out, it was trees.
Well, yeah. I remember taking a tree and getting something like 50,000 for a tree or something ridiculous until they fixed it.
Yeah. But even when it was like that, getting so I couldn't be bothered with trees. 15,
No.
they were even worse than they are now.
Yeah. No, I mean, I do enjoy logging now and again, you know what I mean? But you know, like all the guys were doing on the challenge, where they were just spending days and days and days cutting down trees. I couldn't do that anymore.
No.
I mean, I did it before, but I couldn't do it now.
Yeah. I mean, in 15, I used to on Westbridge, where no, it wasn't Westbridge, it was the other map. Yawn Home, which I didn't play much. I never played that map. I didn't like that map. But
I did.
if I was tight for money, I'd take a tractor and chainsaw with a log grab on the forklift on the front end loader, right?
Yeah.
I'd go down to the sawmill and I'd cut a couple of trees around the mill and just throw them in the pond just to boost my money a bit. But I was over it after about 2 or 3 trees. Yeah, that's enough. You know, because the trees, even after they fixed it, the trees were still worth like 4,000 or 5,000.
Yeah, they were still worth a few quid, weren't they?
Mm.
Because I remember on Westbridge, I actually filled 3 of the silage pits with silage right to the top. I filled them all, and my nephew goes to me, he goes, you do know it's going to take you hours, if not days, to move up to sell all that silage once you've done it. I'm like, yeah. I think it took me about 2.5 days.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you mustn't have been using course plate, because I was using a wheel loader and course plater.
No, I didn't use course play back then because I didn't even know about course play back then.
Well, I'd seen it around, but I never used it much.
Well, I was just watching this one video once, and somebody was talking about course play on it. I'd only had the game for, I don't know, about a week or something like that then.
Oh, okay.
And because I didn't get it until after the gold edition came out.
Right.
So I mean, I was pretty late into it. Because I saw it advertised on a YouTube video, and I thought, oh, that looks interesting. So I'll just give it I did a search for it, and then everybody was talking about it. I thought, I'll buy this and see what everybody's going on about. So
That's
I bought
a bit
it.
like me with,
that was it. I was hooked.
Yeah. Well, I was the same. It was a bit like me with 13. We were. Me and a couple of friends used to play different games together, and we'd started getting tired of the ones we were playing. There was nothing new coming out, and I stumbled upon Farm Simulator 13 on YouTube, and I thought, oh, what's this? Yeah, fell in love with it since.
That's it. Adriana says, I'm back. Okay, welcome back, Adriana. Yeah, well, the thing is I started playing 15, but I downloaded it in the morning sometime, and I started playing, and I was just enjoying myself so much. And then the missus just popped her head round the door and she goes, "Right, you go to bed soon?" I'm like, "Do you mean go to bed?" Because it's still the middle of the day. She goes, "It's 2 o'clock in the morning." I'd been playing for like 14 hours and I didn't even realise. I thought I'd only been there like about an hour or 2.
Yep.
And that was it. I was just no going back.
Yep.
And I've played it ever since. Adriana says, I like Johnny's picture. That cat, the cat size.
Yep.
Oh, the your icon on YouTube, she means.
Yeah. That's an actual photo of me.
You see? Are you a cat? I don't even know what your icon looks like on YouTube. I can't remember.
Oh, I think it is though. It's the ginger cat it's Puss in Boots.
Ah, right, okay.
I've actually got no pictures of myself. Nothing in the last 10 years. Nothing.
No, I'm not a lover of having my photo took either.
We're not big on photos, or not anymore.
But my two newest grandkids, the two boys, they've got hundreds of pictures on Facebook already.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them. Well, neither of them can talk yet, but they've got Facebook pictures all over the place. And then my one son, he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna have to get a picture of the baby so I can put it on a cup because for Mother's Day he got a cup with the baby's picture on for his mum." And he says, "Oh, but I need a picture." And I can just turn around to him and says, "Look, he's the most photographed child in history, I think, because like every second minute they're uploading a new photograph of him to YouTube, to Facebook." And I said, surely there's got to be one there somewhere."
Yeah.
Adriana says, "So today a farmer day, you know that? A farmer day?"
Today's Farmer's Day. Okay. We don't have that over here.
Don't think we have it over here either. Well, not that I know of anyway. But then again, Adriana's in Lithuania, isn't she? So
Lithuania, yeah, could have it over there. Respect the farmers very much over here.
Yeah, they don't respect him very much over here either. It's a shame really, because there was something, I didn't hear the whole thing, but they were talking about the dairy farms over here a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, and they says that over here they get like pennies for a pint of milk.
Yes.
From the
Same here.
And they were saying that they exported it to some other country. I think was it Saudi Arabia? I think maybe, I can't remember. It was somewhere, and they were getting like 20 times more for exporting it than they would for selling it out. It don't make sense.
Yep. No, it doesn't make sense.
And there's a guy. He's a very famous chef over here. You may have heard of him. James Martin, his name is. Now,
not really, no.
Well, yeah, he's like I say, he's a famous chef over here, and he does loads of TV programs. And this one TV program he did was to try and save the NHS money, because they were saying that people go to hospital and half the time they don't eat the food because basically it's rubbish.
Yeah.
Right? So he went into into the hospitals and says, well, look, do this, do that, do that. This will save you a lot of money, and it'll be like nicer food. And one thing he was saying, I mean, he went to a hospital in Wales, right? And he was like, he saw that there was lamb on the menu, and he's like, well, how expensive is the lamb? And he goes, oh well, we import it from New Zealand. And he's like,
Yeah.
are you serious? It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. He's like, why? He goes, look out the window. He goes, what can you see there? He goes, fields full of sheep.
Yeah.
You know, he goes, so why waste money importing it when you can get it local? And it would be a lot cheaper, and it'll work for the environment as well. Well, not the environment, for the economy as well.
Yeah.
And that's what they started doing that after that. And then they were saving loads of money. But that's only just like one hospital. And he went around a lot of the hospitals, and some of them were just like, nah, we're not interested, we'll do it our own way. Do you know what I mean? Crazy.
Yeah. You have to, well, according to the governments, they've got to do the imports so they can export. Like, no country's going to take what they want to export unless they do the same in return. So New Zealand's a big sheeping country, so most of its products will be wool and sheep, even though Wales and England itself is pretty much up there with sheep. And so is Australia. It's a huge market here.
Yeah.
We have billions of sheep. We're one of the biggest countries for sheep. But yeah, I know we used to export sheep, live sheep.
Yeah, but I mean,
when I was driving trucks, I was feeding. We were hauling sheep pellets, like sheep food, to the ocean liners that were carting them across the sea. And there are thousands of sheep going every week.
Adriana says, why you speak about hospital? I don't like hospital.
No, I don't like hospitals either, Adriana. Spent a lot of time in them.
Yeah.
My mum, when she was alive, she used to sneak food into me.
Sneak food into you?
Yeah. She'd come in with a big bag, close the door, and hand out the food. It was good. Yeah, but you're right about, the over here, like we were talking about milk. Over here, the dairy farmers get 10 cents for a litre of milk. 10 cents for 1 litre.
Well, they were saying that some of the dairy farmers, it actually cost them more to sell the milk than it did to produce it.
Yes.
Which is just crazy.
Yeah, well, they had a big strike. It's pretty hard to do here. Like, you got to milk cows. They had a big strike here because of the pricing. It was costing dairy farmers 7 cents per litre they produced. 70 cents per litre they produced. So they were losing a heap of money. They were barely making a profit on 10 cents a litre, but they were making a profit. Then they had to put an extra tax on it, so the government said. But anyway, the government's taken that tax away now because dairy farmers are just pouring the milk out in the fields.
Well, yeah.
So the government backed down. But even so, like the dairy farmers get 10 cents per litre, it costs me $2 per litre.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Buy.
Just ridiculous. I mean, everybody's going on about Brexit and what we're going to do. If we leave Brexit, leave Europe. The thing is, we'll do exactly the same as we did before we joined Europe. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
We could be self-sufficient. We have everything here that we need. Really.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
do you know what I mean? It's just the thing is nowadays people are just, well, I wouldn't say too stupid. What it is they haven't been taught the ways of old. That's what it is. Do you know what I mean?
No.
It's because I always say if an EMP pulse went off and wipes out the whole of electricity, we'd all go back to the Stone Age, and nobody would have a clue what to do without their phone.
No.
They wouldn't even be able to find. They wouldn't even be able to find the nearest supermarket without a phone. You know, because nobody can read maps anymore or anything like that.
No. Well, city people will be totally lost because they think a lot of them think that food is grown in the supermarkets.
Yeah.
What do we need farmers for? We just go to the supermarket, and
Oh,
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
it
how
is.
stupid society has become. They think it all gets grown in the supermarket.
Yeah.
What bloody idiots!
Yeah, it's a bit silly, isn't it?
Yeah, no. If we lost electricity, we would go back to the Stone Age because no one knows how to do anything. Australia can be self-sufficient. We don't need to import anything. Nothing. Like the amount of crude oil we pull up out of the ground from Australian oil fields is enough to supply our country twice-fold, easily. And the thing is, we import it.
Yeah.
We sell our oil and then import it back. What's the sense in that? Really?
It's mad, isn't it?
It's just, governments are just, they're out to make money.
Well,
If they can make money out of it, they will.
But I mean, it's no good having governments that ain't got a clue. What they need is like real people in government. That's what they need.
Yeah, people that live in the real world, not in their millionaire mansions. Governments have got no idea what the cost of living is.
No.
No politician has. And even the ones that do, when they first join government, they may know the cost of living and how hard it is. Once they join the government, they forget all that.
They do, yeah.
Oh, look, I'm getting $1 million a year. Oh.
I mean, they turn around and there was talking about all these, the big companies where they pay their chairman like huge profits and stuff like that. And they've says that well, from next year I think it is, they're not going to be allowed to give somebody a profit that's more than the Prime Minister's wages. And I thought,
yeah, I
well,
wish they'd do that here.
Yeah, because I mean, our Prime Minister, he gets something like £140,000 a year.
Yeah.
Well, I say he to she now, but the Prime Minister gets like £140,000 a year or something like that. So,
yeah.
Who were they to say that somebody who's running a multi-billion-pound company can't get a bonus of more than 140,000 quid? It's not their company. Yeah. It's not their money.
No, that's right.
So, what's it got to do with them, basically?
Yeah, but I don't see how anyone, no matter what, whether he's the head of the government, the head of whatever, is worth that amount of money per year.
Yeah, but that's only their basic wage, isn't it? That's their basic wage.
That's without bonuses. That's without bonuses and kickbacks. You could probably double that every year in hidden wages that they rip us off for. But no one's worth that much money.
Because you must have known Tony Blair, it was.
Yeah.
Our Prime Minister at one point. Well, after he left, right, he did a speech, and he was paid £50,000 for 10 minutes.
Yeah, to do that speech. No
50 grand? That's crazy.
Yeah, no one's worth that much money.
No.
Like the head of the he retired this year, but our head of the CEO, like the manager, is not the manager of the electricity over here. He was getting $8 or $12 million per year. I think it was $8 million per year, which is about £3.5 million per year as his wage. He was the head of the electricity company. What does the head of the electricity company do that's worth that much money? Think about it.
All he does
He
is
doesn't do nothing.
puts the prices up again, doesn't
Yeah. Well, anyway, he retired this year, and he got a $25 million retirement
he? Golden
package.
handshake.
Basically it, yeah.
Crazy.
Now, he rips us off for $8 million per year, but I can't remember how many years he was the CEO. There was a big uproar when they employed him and they found out how much they were paying.
Yeah, I bet there was.
And anyway, they gave him $25 million retirement package.
Crazy, isn't it?
No one's worth that money.
No.
Maybe Bill Gates, because he's got a head on his shoulders.
Well, yeah. They actually said that they calculated how much money. This is when he was still the head of Microsoft. How much money he had, and how much interest and that he earns per minute. And they said that if they stacked all his money up in $100 bills, right, just one on top of the other, it would reach like halfway to the moon or something. And if he stood on top of it and just kept jumping, it just kept getting higher and higher and higher. You know, like just jumping up and down. It'd get higher and higher and higher. And they said that he's so rich, he's actually richer than gravity. Which I thought was quite funny.
but he did a lot of dirty deals and a lot of hard work to make that company what it is today.
Yeah.
And well, all right, he's worth it. But does he really need to make that much profit?
Well, now
nobody does. No company does.
Yeah, all his money now is it's going to his the charity, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of He gives a lot to charity, and that wasn't taken into account from the profit he was making.
Mm.
You say, oh yeah, a lot of that went to charity, but it didn't. There was a lot of money he sent to charity, but it wasn't included in what his yearly earnings was.
Well, yeah.
It was above that. Because he wasn't this really nice man, not that nice.
No,
he sent a lot of people to bankruptcy, caused a lot of suicides.
Yeah, well, the guy who, because he done Windows Explorer, didn't he? At college with I don't know, I can't remember his name. He's some college mate, and he backed out because he's like, oh no, it's not going to make any money, so he backed out. So Bill Gates just turned around and says, you know what, I'll buy your share off you for, I don't know, I think it was $400 or something ridiculous. And he's like, oh no, it's got to be worth more than that. And he's like, no, it's not making any money. So, you know, and he made him sign a contract saying basically, if after 6 months' time or a year's time I start making money, you're not entitled to any of it. And he then went to IBM and says, this is Windows Explorer, this is what it does basically. He explained what it does. He talked IBM into putting it onto every single computer they make then and forever. So that's why every single PC that is made has to have Windows on it. It has to have it on it. And that's how he became so rich. I mean, he went from like having I think it was $1,000 in the bank to $2 or $3 million in the bank in about 4 days. Do you know what I mean? Crazy.
Yeah. And he was going around lots of little companies, electronics companies, electronic people, and basically strong-arming them into doing what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
He had pretty big hitmen walking around with him. He just
Yeah,
didn't go in there on his own. He had big muscle men in there with
yeah,
him.
he had his own army, didn't he?
Yeah, he was,
And
he was
even when
bloody
he went to the
gangster.
toilet, he had two armed guards sitting outside
Yep.
the toilet. I mean, okay, it's nice to have money, but you don't want that much money that you need to have armed guards sitting outside your house 24/7.
Yeah. Well, he has to have them now. But, I mean, you know, he strong-armed a lot of people into agreeing with his term.
Mm.
He's a short, mild-mannered person on the outside. Evil little dictator on the inside.
Yeah.
I
When you
shouldn't badmouth him.
he might be
Like a
listening.
knock on the door in a minute.
Yeah, but yeah, you were talking about the electric company guy. Well, they announced over here today that they're going to put a cap on the price of electric. You know, like so they can't charge like too much money. But,
Yeah.
but the way it works is they've started talking about it now. They'll implement it like sometime in the middle of next year, and
Yeah.
it won't even take effect. Well, we won't see the effects until like another 2 years time maybe. And I thought, well, all they're going to do is they're just going to put the price up as much as they can between now and then,
Yeah.
right? So instead of just saying, oh well, we'll put a cap on to the how much you can increase it by, why don't they just turn around and say, oh well, you can only charge like £3 a kilowatt or £2 a kilowatt or whatever the price of a kilowatt is, I don't know, but they should just turn around and say that's the amount you can charge, nothing more. That's got to be an easier way, isn't it? Instead of saying, oh well, you can only make £50 million profit instead of 60. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's
That's
only
what
the
I said
poo.
at
It's
the
only the
start.
poo people that suffer.
Yeah. Why do they need to make that much profit?
Exactly.
Because that's profit after overheads.
Mm-hmm.
After they've you know, and then they're not overly generous with their upgrades or you know they force people to work with garbage.
Yeah.
It's not like you can't afford new equipment because buying new equipment cuts into their profits. It's just dumb. Like Australia has the highest electricity charges in the world.
Hmm.
They cripple people here with it. With the price of electricity. Like a poor person makes about $550, $600 a week.
Hmm.
Right? Now electricity alone costs about $1,000 a month.
Jeez. That's a lot.
And that's just, you know, ridiculous.
Well, the house we live in now, when we moved in, they had these card meters. So basically, you pay for your electricity as you go. So if you run out of electricity, then you either sit in the dark until you can get to the shop and put some money on your card, or you press an emergency button, and the emergency runs out twice as quick as the normal money that you would put in anyway.
Yeah.
And I phoned up at the supplier, and I'm like, well, we just moved into this house. Can you come and take them out? They're like, oh yeah, we can get somebody there within the next 5 or 6 working days. I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be great. That'd be £500 per metre, please. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to come and take out my meters and give give them £1,000 to change 2 meters, and I'm like, hold on a minute, why have I got to pay when these meters were already here? I don't want them. And they're like,
Yeah,
oh
it's the
yeah,
same thing here.
And they says, oh well, basically, all it does is it covers like the next year's worth of bills, just in case you don't pay it. I'm like, hold on, I have been with you now in previous properties for like 16, 17 years. Like, yeah.
Yep.
I goes, have I ever missed a payment? And looked on the records, like, no. I goes, so why have I still got to pay £1,000 just in case?
Yeah.
And they're like,
no,
oh
it was
well,
the same
that's
thing
how
here.
it
They
is.
had a national, meter changing thing where these work. You know, they were hired by the electricity company to come around and change all the meters. And I said, why are you changing the meters? And what's it going to cost me? And and it was $3,000 to change the meters over. Well, hang on a minute. You're taking one of your meters off the house, and you're replacing it with one of your meters, and I have to pay for it. Yeah, someone's got to pay for it. Well, hang on a minute. No. And I had this. We had to pay it, or else, basically, because as soon as you miss, like if it's a day over, you know, they'll add another $50, $100 onto it for accounting fees, you know, every day. And anyway, we had to pay it. And I said, well, what do these new meters do that the old ones can't? Oh, well, we can access them remotely now. So there'll be no one coming around reading your meters anymore. So effectively, they're, you know, getting rid of more workforce, putting more people in the unemployment queue, costing the country more money.
That's it, yeah.
Because they've got these smart meters, as they call them. Now, I had a natural disaster. There's a cable, you know, that comes off from the road. It's an overhead electricity cable. Now, a natural disaster tore it off the house. Right? It was high winds and something, and it ripped it off the house. Apparently, that was my fault.
Oh, of course it was. You shouldn't have lived there in that natural disaster area, should you?
Yeah, it cost me $5,000 to have a new cable fitted.
It's crazy, isn't it?
And you know, like I said, they're making $50 million a year or more profit. No wonder. They don't give anything back. They just take.
That's it. They just take. It's crazy. But the thing is the government lets them get away with it. The governments of the world are just stupid.
They get the kickbacks. That's what the big corporations do. They don't pay taxes. They dodge the taxes because of all the kickbacks they give the government. They can't deny that. They know. Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
There's a big shame campaign going on for the electricity company over here at the moment, and people write in and post online the trouble they've had with electricity and the price increases, etc. There's this one poor lady who had religiously never missed a payment, always pays it on time, before the due date, because you get like a 2% discount if you pay it before the due date, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, she always did that. Now her electricity bill was around $550, $600 a month. Now they put the prices up because, you know, they had to, because it was costing too much. Anyway, she sent a copy of the old bill and the new bill, and the new bill had gone up $400 in a month, and she was struggling to pay the old one.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
Well, of course they don't.
So, you know, she was struggling as it was, and I actually think she was a single mother, worked 2 jobs, had 2 kids.
And
there's a lot of these letters coming in. It's just why, you know, the head people live in castles.
Yeah.
And these poor people live in the slums, and they've got to pay every last cent to get electricity.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's going to come to a point where, you know, there's going to be a civil war in some countries, because, you know.
Oh, there will be in most countries.
Yeah, because the government's
Sure.
they've just lost control.
They have. The greed has gotten the better of them.
Yeah.
I
mean,
always go back to, you know, we don't learn from the mistakes of the past. Obviously not. Because you look back in history, and there's several occasions, but the one that comes to mind is the French Revolution.
Yeah.
Where, what's her name? God, what was her name? Said, let them eat cake.
Oh, that was Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, let them eat cake. Well, they ate cake, all right. They ate all their cake. Because the revolution, they dragged out all the government workers, they dragged out all the rich people. There was only a few that escaped. Dragged them out to the street and cut their heads off with mobile guillotines. They just went from house to house, dragging them out in the street, cut their heads off.
Yeah.
Because they were sick of dying in the streets themselves.
Yeah. But I mean, that's been misquoted over the years, because how it actually was is there's they couldn't make bread. They wanted bread. And well, that's why they call it the some people nicknamed it like the bread revolt, don't they, or something?
Yeah,
or the bread revolution or something like that, because they wanted bread, and her people went up to her and says, "Oh, that the people need bread because they can't survive otherwise." And she's like, "Well, they can't have any bread. Well, what they're supposed to eat then?" And she says, "Oh, well, let them eat cake instead." And that's and it's been like misinterpreted over the years.
Yeah, but
I mean, it was still
the basis of
the
the revolution
thing,
was on that. You know, she didn't care. The governments didn't care. The rich people didn't care. They just laughed.
Yeah.
While they gouged themselves. You know.
They didn't laugh afterwards, though, did they?
No, there was no laughing afterwards. But that's similar things are going to happen again.
Yeah.
And as I said, there was more different revolutions with a similar outcome all over the world. That's going to happen again. We just don't listen, you know, don't learn from the past.
No. But I mean, the over here, it was Margaret Thatcher who started privatising everything. The government used to own nearly all the companies. Well, they did own all the companies over here. And
they used to here too.
Yeah, and they used to work okay. I mean, they weren't the best, but, you know, they're better than they are now. And like the telephone company, the water companies, the rail, all that was owned by the government, and it used to work brilliantly. And then then all of a sudden everything got privatised off to the big companies. Yeah. Crazy. I mean, over here we've got the National Lottery, right?
Yeah.
I know you have like lotteries that are all over the world.
Yeah, it's a similar thing. Yeah.
But the one that was started over here, it was run by a company called Camelot. I don't know if it still is. It might still be. I don't know. But Richard Branson put in a bid to run the lottery.
Yeah.
And he turned around and they says, "Okay, so what are you going to do after you've done this?" And he's like, "Well, all the profits that the lottery makes is going to charities." And they're like, "Oh, well, you can't do that." He's like, "Why not?"
No.
because you can't. And so basically they stopped him from running the lottery because he wanted to give the money to charities, to the people that needed it. And a few years after it all started, they brought out what was it called? What's going on out there? Hold on. Sounds like there's a big lorry just driving past my house. He shut my house then.
Oh, God.
Yeah, at 8:30 at night, and little lorries driving up and down this road.
Yeah.
And can you actually hear that?
I couldn't, no.
Because my floor's shaking.
Jesus.
Right, yeah, and they brought out this thing for special causes or something. I'm not sure what the actual name of it is, but basically what it is it's like this charity that the lottery pays for. It's lottery funded, and that, you know, some of these charities have got like a couple of £1,000 here, a couple of £1,000 there, and then this one so-called charity got £50 million.
Yeah.
Do you know what it was? It was an opera. It was to bring opera to the common people.
Sure.
And people are like, everybody was like, we don't want to watch opera. Opera's just for rich people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We want to eat.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it's so bad over here, like with the wage structure and the prices and stuff like that. They said that something like 75% of working people have to go and visit a food bank so they can get food to eat every week.
Yep.
Now that
it's pretty
is
similar here.
ridiculous.
Yep. Yeah, we're just following suit for America and you guys. It's just ridiculous.
It is. I just don't know what the world's coming to.
Something big's going to happen.
Oh yeah.
And sad to say, similar things have happened in the past. What's going to happen here is they're not going to back down. The governments aren't going to back down unless we do something about it. But the other side of the coin, what'll happen? World War III. We'll get rid of all these unemployed people. We'll get rid of all these riches. Let's start a war. And it's been done in the past.
Yeah.
Let's start a war, send them to war, then we'll cull the people. Because that's how nasty governments and big corporations are. They would rather go and kill a couple of million people than to give them food.
Yeah.
Or make the price of living affordable. And they can.
Oh, of course they can, yeah.
The world produces 3 times more food than we can consume.
Yeah.
Yet there are people dying on the streets every day, every minute of the day.
With no food.
No.
It's crazy.
No, they'd rather throw it in an incinerator.
Yeah.
And give it away.
Or I mean,
when my dad first started in pig farming, he used to go to all the grocery stores, all the bakeries, anyone that in town that produced food, and he used to bring back trailer loads of food for the pigs. For nothing, just to clear it up for, you know, and government said, no, you can't do that. You can't do that anymore. There's no money in that. You have to buy your pig food. You can't sell. You can't go and collect this food waste, which isn't food waste really. Most of it was good enough to eat yourself.
Yeah. You can't have something for free if we can charge you for it, basically.
Yep. No, you have to go and buy it off the factories. So then they started making their own food. Like they'd plough up a bit of land and you know, plant grain and cut grass and turn it into silage and mix their own food with supplements. And they did that for many years. Then the government said, you can't do that. You can't grow your own food. It has to be an approved food that you feed your livestock.
Yeah.
Pigs. It got ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that's what governments are good at.
Yeah. And
Taking a bad situation and making it worse.
yeah, make it worse. The governments did that because they were strong-armed by the corporations that weren't selling, you know, the feed companies. They weren't selling enough feed. So they forced the governments to put down, you know, put these sanctions on what you couldn't do with your animals. It got to the point, well, I started working for Dad. I worked there for a few years, maybe 5, and it got so bad that we could barely feed ourselves.
No, it's crazy. Isn't it?
We had to kill our own livestock to eat. And
yeah,
we were only a small to medium farm, pig farm, but you know, we had to still transport the pigs to market, keep 1 or 2 for ourselves, transport them to market just to basically give them away.
Yeah, but then you kill your own livestock just so you can eat. That's less profit you're making as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
It's madness.
And it's less profit to the the community because we didn't have to go and buy our meat. You know, we lived off pork. But yeah, well, you're not allowed to do that anymore. You can do your own, but back in the day, you could slaughter your own animals for others.
Hmm.
And then they stopped that by saying, no, you can't make a profit like that. It's not, hasn't been killed at a butcher. It's not healthy. It's not sanitised. You know, blah blah blah. Can't make profit off it. I mean, and then, all right, so you know, select amount of friends, you'd kill an animal for them. And then they stopped doing that for free, you know. But they stopped doing that. Where'd you get this meat from? Oh, you know, from a mate up the road. No, you're not allowed to do that. Jesus.
No, because obviously they're not getting no money from that sale, then, are they?
No. Nope. I'm sure there's going to be another world war. There has to be, to get rid of some of the population. And they're going to do it on purpose, but...
Thing is, though, is if there is another world war, it might get rid of all the population. Because it ain't going to be nothing like the last two. The next one's just going to be press a couple of buttons and that's it, half the planet's dead.
Yeah, that's right.
Because obviously,
make a profit out of it.
Yeah, obviously somebody's going to send up a nuke, and then somebody else is going to retaliate, and when they retaliate, it'll just spiral out of control, and then before you know it, everybody who ain't got 50,000 million sunblocks is going to be extinct.
Yes. I mean, my hope is if that does happen, that the individual armies, instead of following orders, just turn around and kill their own governments, get it over and done with.
The thing is though, is that they won't know, we won't know about it until it happens, because the governments all know, all the high up people all know, and they'll be the ones that'll be pressing the button, so we won't even know.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know, but they'll still end up sending troops, even if it's into the hot zone.
Yeah.
Right, you know, send 10,000 men into that area there, and then they'll hit the button and drop a nuke on it.
Yeah.
Right, that's got rid of some of them. Next.
Well, I think the Koreans might be thinking about doing that anyway, mightn't they?
Yep.
Or King Jong-un, or whatever his name is.
Yeah. But they're being provoked too, so...
Anyway, let's get off this morbid subject.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, are you're still watching my stream?
Yeah.
What do you think to the new overlay?
I like it better than the old one.
It does. It takes up less real estate on the screen, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm not too sure about the PCSG one. It might be a bit big.
A bit big.
Takes up a fair bit of screen. I
Well,
mean, it's not intrusive.
that's why I've put it there, because if I press like if I bring up, oh, I can't bring up course player. I'm on a multiplayer server, but if I bring up the course play, it's in the middle, so it's nothing else appears there except if I bring up the big map.
Oh yeah, I know. No, yeah, I know that. It's just you're right. Oh well, it's probably a good thing actually. Yeah.
I mean, I have tried to find the best place for it, but so you think it might be a bit too big?
Just a bit big. It's a good thing because your eyes are always drawn to it, but to advertise our webpage, but it just looks big. If it was me, what I would do with it, I'd make it half that size and put it at the top off centre.
Top centre?
Top off centre. I wouldn't put it in the centre.
Oh, not in the centre.
Off centre, to the left of the screen. You know where you've got your glance, you got your list of what's in glance, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you've got your compass in the middle.
Yeah.
I'd put it in the middle of those two. That's where I'd have it, because nothing happens up there at all, just the sky. But people look down at the ground at what you're doing at the ground and that. And it's pretty busy down the bottom there. I like the fact that you've made Brummy Farmer smaller and put it down there. It looks really good.
Yeah, well, that was an image originally, but I've just used it as text now just to make it smaller. So you've
got the box up the top there.
Yeah.
That's where I'd have it, but to the right of the box and to the left of the compass, right in the middle section. That's
so
and
like,
half the size it is now. About half the size.
Oh, okay.
Your screen was okay before, but it was very busy before.
Yeah,
it was
wasn't it?
Everywhere, and it was huge. Everything's everywhere.
Yeah.
You had to look at the centre of your monitor to see what was actually going on, because there's so much stuff around it.
Yeah. Well, that's why because I had no internet. Well, not really any good internet over the last couple of days. I thought I'll try and figure out how to do this. Because I mean, them couple of videos I put up over the last few days, I had to take to a mate's house to upload them.
Yeah. Not as bad as me, mate. 27 hours it used to take me to upload a video. 30-minute video. 27 hours.
Jeez. Yeah, but you didn't compress it, did you? You just did the raw file, didn't you?
I just did it raw, yep, because I can't find a free compressor. I'm paying for it.
See, the one I use is Filmora, and that's really cheap. I think it was $35. So it's, so that's not, and it's really good as well. It's really good. That's what I use for my videos.
Yeah. No, I'll just keep doing them raw. I don't care. Cheap to leave the computer on overnight.
But what sort of size do you get for a raw file? Like sure, 30 minutes? Well, I suppose it depends on what setting you put your bit rate on, isn't it?
Yeah, my bit rates are pretty low, and I only do 30 frames.
Right.
But the videos are quite clear and crisp, so I never bothered. I did the first test one. I thought, yeah, this looks pretty good, pretty clear, even on my internet. That was back then before I got the super fast internet.
Yeah. Well, when I'm doing when I'm doing a video, I don't really care about the size. I do it at 1080p, 60 frames a second, and I think it's like something like 50,000 bit rate. So it's quite big.
Yeah.
Like
well, I did mine at 1080.
Yeah.
But it was only 30 bit rate, and I mean 30 frames, and the bit rate was quite low.
Well, because I thought to myself, well, if I'm doing a video, then it doesn't really matter to me how long it takes to upload. But there is actually there is a program that you can get to compress it. What's it called? Oh, 1 second, and I shall have a look on my computer. Oh, oh! Stop doing that. What are you doing?
Okay.
No, not you. Right. I'll try and figure out what this program's called. But what it does, it shrinks the programs, the video files.
Oh yeah.
And it is free.
I looked around. There are some free ones, but they're too complicated for me. I just want to go. Yep, compress this. Yep, there you go, done. And there are there's got to be a program out there that can do it.
Yeah, well, basically that's what this one is. It's got like presets for YouTube for 30 frames a second. Yeah, it's.
I think it's stupid that YouTube don't have one.
Well,
you want to upload a video to us? Yeah, use this compressor for free. Drag and drop it into here. When it's done, it will be uploaded to YouTube. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's it, yeah. But saying that, Filmora that I use, I can have it upload straight to YouTube if I wanted it to. But I don't, because I like to view it and make sure it's okay afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Handbrake it's called, I think. Is that the fella?
Handbrake.
Handbrake, yeah. Let me just load that up and I'll tell you if it's the one. Yep, that's it. Handbrake.
Okay.
And yeah, what that does basically, it compresses everything to a smaller size.
Ah, righto.
So because what I did, just to try it, I compressed it with Filmora, and I think I got a file size down to about I think it was about 10 gig or something. Originally from 25, something like that.
Well, that's
and this was only like for a small video as well, like 20 minutes or something. And that's all because of the bitrate, so the file sizes are huge. But I used this handbrake and it went down from 10 to about 7, maybe 6, 7, something like that. But the only problem is it does take a long time to process.
Ah, right.
It does take a while. So maybe uploading it raw may be a better way of doing it for you, instead of processing it through a processing program and then shrinking it through Handbrake. It might take less time, because then you've also got to upload it as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I figured that, like I said, you know, oh, you got to get this, the compressor before you do it. And I thought, hang on a minute. You know, if I'm going to compress it, because I've only got the one computer, the computer's going to be basically useless while it's doing that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And then the computer's going to be absolutely useless for hours after that when it's finally finished to upload it. And I thought,
yeah, it'll be time to go to bed.
I'll just let it run while I'm asleep.
Yeah.
And just put it up raw, see what works. The first one was a 20-minute video, I think, and it took like 23 hours, but I did another one that was around 30 odd minutes, 35 minutes, and it took 27 hours. But, you know, my internet is, you know,
yeah, it's up and down all the time.
I won't say it's fast, but it's very slow, very slow.
Yeah.
It's not constant. you know, if I could get a constant speed, it wouldn't be so bad. But,
well, that's it.
you know,
Oh.
you know, when I'm downloading, well, it's better now. It's much better now than what I had, because what I had was pathetic. It wasn't much better than the old dial-up.
Yeah.
But, when I used to download, say, a map, you know, you'd hit download and it'd say 2 hours, and you go, oh shit, 2 hours, and then it'd go hour and a half, then it'd go 15 minutes, then it'd go 2.5 hours, 3 hours. You know,
that's just Microsoft's timing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it would do this for hours, and then it'd get about halfway through and it'd go 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And bloop, it's done.
Sorry, Johnny.
I'd hit a spot where the internet was actually at a good speed, you know.
Yeah,
those good speed times have increased now. I do get much better speed now.
Yeah,
I haven't done a video with the new internet yet to find out how much better. But I know my downloads and uploads take no time at all.
No, that's good. Grand Thumb says... Oops, sorry, Johnny. Grand Thumb says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Grand Thumb. You're...
Good morning.
Yeah, I think he's in the States somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. Well, welcome to the stream, and how are you today? Yeah, I've got to put up with the delay again now because I'm not using ultra latency settings. Because it was just too much the other day. Remember when I had to stop the stream halfway through?
Yeah.
It wasn't working very well.
It's
doing
okay,
well,
yeah.
Thank you. Oh, he's in Texas. That's right. Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
I did
They're
know.
all
I just
US
forgotten.
Yeah.
My memory's too well used over the years.
Mine's worn out.
Exactly. I've used it too much.
Long-term memory's alright.
No, I mean I have a great memory for faces and things like that, and
yeah, me too.
If I put something down somewhere, I will know exactly where it is. But it's just names and things like that. I'm not really any good with names.
No.
I mean, because a few years ago, I was out of the house, and I phoned up the wife, and I said to her, put James on. That's my youngest son. I said, put him on the phone, and I goes to him, go to my computer desk. He was like, yeah. I goes, where are you standing? He goes, in front of right in front of your monitor on the left. I'm like, take 2 steps to the right. Look halfway up the table. You'll see a yellow sticker with whatever, some writing on. He's like, yeah, found that. I goes, put 2 hands next to each other to the left of that, and then move up one little bit, and I goes, you should find another little yellow sticker with a name Brian on it. Like, yeah. I goes, what's that phone number? He's like, how do you know that was there? Because that's how it works in my head. I mean, my computer desk was a complete mess, but I knew where everything was. If anybody would have ever come, well, it's more or less the same now. Anybody comes along and moves anything off my computer desk, I know it's been moved. Do you know what I mean? I know.
Yep. Yeah, I'm a bit the same.
But if somebody asks me, like, oh, do you remember Paul from somewhere? And I'm like, Paul. No. What's he look like? And if they describe him, then I'm like, oh yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
But can't remember where I put my.
I'm the same. Unless I see that person or interact with that person on a daily basis, forget about it.
Yeah.
Unless it's an old friend, you know, that I've had for years. But anyone new of me,
I'm still no good then.
Yeah. Well, you must have had a lot of friends.
Well, a few years ago, when I first moved round here, well, or should I say, moved back round here, because I used to live round here years ago as well. I bumped into an old friend from school. I mean, he knew me, and
Yeah.
I knew his face, and we was talking for about an hour, and he was like, "Oh, I remember you from doing this." I'm trying to find the fertiliser. Where's the fertiliser? There it is. Isn't it?
You drove past it.
Yeah. I think I found where it is. We were talking for about an hour or so, and just before he went, I mean, because he kept like using my name all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, before we go, I've got to ask you one question. He's like, what? I goes, what's your name? I forgot, I can't remember your name. He goes, you've been talking here all this time, you don't even remember who I am. I'm like, no, I remember who you are, I just don't remember your name.
Yeah, I'm the same.
And I hadn't seen him in what, I was about 12 the last time I seen him. So it's got to be a good 30 years. But he recognised me straight away, and he knew my name.
Yeah, some people can. Yeah, I can't either.
And I hadn't. And you know the thing is, even though he told me his name, the next time I met him, I'd still forgot it.
Yeah. Well, I've met people at parties and dues and that, got introduced to, actually, got on well with them and spent the night with them, talking and drinking and, eating and getting on. And then you bump into them 2 days later and they go, hey, how you going, John? And I'm like, g'day. Who are you?
That's it, yeah.
Oh, I know you were at the party. Yeah, we spent all that time together, but I have no idea your name is.
Yeah, but it's weird though, because I can't remember names, but I can remember facts about a person.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
If I seen somebody and they says, "Oh, well, I'm going for a job interview tomorrow or whatever," then I seen them again in 2 or 3 weeks' time, I wouldn't remember their name, but I'd
you
say
remember they went for a job.
Yeah, I'd remember they went for a job
thing.
interview. You know what I mean?
Yeah, same thing. Same thing. No, hopeless with names. I see people down the street, and I look and I go, oh, I know you from somewhere. Where do I know you from? And they walk past and they get, g'day, John. I'm like, g'day, mate. And keep rocking.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. I mean, sometimes though, I mean, if they, if there's a load of people, there's always somebody who says, oh, it's so-and-so.
Yep. No, you feel like a right git. But it's a good thing over here because it's a problem with women. But with men that you don't know, well, you know, but you can't remember their names of. It's a great thing over here in Australia because we call everyone mate. So it doesn't matter.
And you call all the women Sheila.
No, well, we don't, because the women don't like being called Sheilas. No, we don't.
Oh, okay.
No. No. They've invented.
Well, I thought all the men were Bruce and all the women were Sheila.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they don't like it.
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, that's a problem with women. You know, they stop you and talk to you and go, You can't very well say, okay, mate, see you later. But yeah, you just said, oh yeah, okay, see you later, and you're walking away going, ooh, how is that?
Yeah.
I know it from somewhere.
Yeah, I'm like that.
Like if it's an ex-girlfriend, sure, it'll pop in your head.
Yeah. Well, it depends how memorable they were, I suppose.
How memorable it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. That's true. I know if they were bad to you, or even if they were good to you, remember their name, because it's chiseled in your head.
Yeah, but sometimes
you'll remember. Oh yeah, that's Sonia, that B, that B that treated me like that. Yeah, you'll remember that.
But sometimes the ones you want to forget, you actually remember.
Oh yeah. Yeah, nightmares.
I'm just going to get this field ready now for the planting. And
Oh yeah. You got it on 3 fertilisations, or?
I've got it set on 3, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm having second thoughts actually, because what you were saying about the wool spawn point and stuff. So
Yeah, I'm curious. That's why I thought, oh, he's on this. I'm going to pop in quickly and have a look. See if he's had any problems with the wool spawner, because a lot of some other people have. I have. I'm not playing the map anymore because I like I like the map.
Yeah, I
I
like
like
the
it
map.
as a quick single player map. Because it's easy. Hey, did you see I uploaded half a dozen pictures or so on PCSG?
Oh, were they on this map?
No, that was from Cornbelt.
Oh, right. With the 2 chaser bins.
Yeah. Bloody Courseplay wouldn't recognise the second trigger, so I ended up putting the second chaser bin, feeding the first chaser bin, and that worked fine.
Ah.
Because Courseplay doesn't allow for that, unless you made the truck drive in between the 2 bins, it would stop. And then it'd take the feed from both, but because Courseplay says to fill up, it stops at the first trigger and waits to fill up. It doesn't go, oh yeah, well I'll go to the next one now. That's all I can get out of this one, I'll go to the next one and wait. It doesn't do that.
Yeah, well that's what I tried to do with the slurry, the digestate, sorry, because I've got some digestate at the BGA, because I sell some of the silage, because even though the BGA is not working with the silage fermenting station thing, it still produces silage, so I've been selling some of that. But what I did is I set up a conveyor belt, and there's it's a trailer, but it's just for silage. And what it is the front of it's open, and you back into it, you dump into it, and then you put it on load anywhere, and it spits the silage out the back. So what it does is it spits it out the back onto the conveyor belt into the digester. But the next time I go on there, I'll show you if I can. So
hey, you do know that only a few yards away from the BGA are the 3 silage bunkers from the cows, and they're the standard 17 ones. I'm pretty sure they will work.
Oh, the ones with the cows.
It's not far from the BGA, it's only a few yards away.
Well, yeah, I never actually considered using them, because I thought, well, if the BGA's not working properly, then there's a chance that they might not be, so I actually forgot all about them. Have you? Are you using them ones?
Not yet, no.
Oh.
Not yet, but I will be. I'm gonna make a personal edit anyway. That problem with those BGA silos reared its ugly head when 17 first came out, and people were converting 15 maps, and it was actually Giants that were at fault when they updated everything and gave out new scripts for the bunkers, because the old scripting wouldn't work for the bunkers. They gave out the new scripting for the bunkers and to fix that problem. And now made me think that whether Caster is using the old scripting for those bunkers, because they are 15 bunkers that he's put at the BGA. Whether he's using the old scripting or not, that could be the problem. Because it was, when they first did it, you'd try and get your silage out. Everything would work fine, but you try and get your silage out, it was like hitting a concrete wall. Which is what
that's what this was. Well, it was okay as long as you don't fill the bunkers. But when you've got a course play course and it's going backwards and forwards and leveling it off, it fills it as high as it can and then moves it forward, doesn't it? So you can't not do that, because what seems to be happening is that the silage goes too high over the lip of the bunker.
Yeah.
So it's not, and because when you cover it, it's fermented, and then you take the cover off, and you can get half of it out, but you just can't get the rest of it out.
Yeah, but you can with courseplay tell it to level, not to fill. There's a difference between leveling and filling. If you're telling it to fill, it will push all the silage to the back wall and keep pushing it there until that's full, and then push it up against that bit and push it up again until it fills. If you tell it to level, it won't push it up. It tries to level it all out. With each trailer load, it'll get it up, say, a metre at the back, and then the next trailer load, it'll try to make that a metre to that metre, and so on and so on. And then the next layer, it'll stack on top of the entire bunker. So leveling won't fill that bunker up, and then when you get it as high as you want it, you can say, right, that's enough for that bunker, let's move to the next one and start filling it up. You know, you could half fill them if you want and get it to level it, and it'll level it out half.
Yeah, but to level it, don't you have to have the it has to be set to drive through, doesn't it, instead of
no
reverse? It doesn't.
No, you can do it the reverse way. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
No, I didn't know that.
No, that's how I do it on Sosnovska Night, because you know I've filled in the ends of those bunkers.
Yeah.
And that's how it does it. It gets to the stage where courseplay can't back into those silos anymore because it's too steep at the front. Because I've told it to level, not push it back and fill. So it does. It pushes it all up until it's about a metre high at the back.
Yeah. Right,
and gets it all at about a metre high from side to side up against the back wall. And then the next light it pushes up to that and stops. It keeps pushing it up to that until it gets a few metres of that, and then it levels it off at about a metre. And then when it's finished the whole bunker at a metre, then it starts to push it back to the back again and get another metre high going. It does that all the way through. So you could, you know, virtually go, well, that's enough, that's high enough, and we'll go to the next bunker.
See, I don't know, I would try that, but the thing is it takes so long to get, what was it, I think it was like 1 million litres of silage.
Yeah.
Because it didn't fill the bunker, it half filled it, the length of it. It was half full, the length, but it was full upwards.
Yeah, so, that's right, because you're telling it to fill, not level.
So I mean that took it took a few hours, and I don't really want to waste another few hours to find out. Well, actually, it was a few hours, and then I had to wait for it to ferment as well, because I didn't want to fast forward time stupid fast. Do you know what I mean? Because I've got my animals to worry about.
Yeah.
So I just had it on. I think it's 30 times, and then that takes another couple of hours. Do you know what I mean? So but you're talking half a day, really, just to find out that it don't work. Well, or it works, and then it works for a little bit, because I didn't even know at first it wasn't working, because I set up the courseplay course to pick it up, take it to the digester, and it was working. And I sat in the actual tractor just waiting for it to stop, knowing that it was going to stop, but it didn't stop. And I sat in it for about 5 minutes, and I thought, oh, there we go, it's doing what it's supposed to do. And then it did work for I think it was about 45 minutes or something, and then all of a sudden I got a message saying that the wheel loader was slipping.
Yeah.
So I went into it, and it was just there ramming. It was just pushing into the wall of silage, and I'm like, what's going on here? So I got out. Yeah, well, that's it. It was just like concrete. It was crazy. So I tried it on the other bunker as well, because the first time I did it, I only did like a little bit of silage in it. I think it was about 100,000 litres or something in the first pit.
Ah, yeah.
And I levelled it off myself. I levelled it off.
Yeah. I hate doing that. But yeah.
And it worked.
Yep.
And when it worked, I thought, yeah, great, we'll do that. Hold on one second. Germa777 has just donated $50. Oh, thank you very much.
Wow.
Yeah, very much appreciated. Thank you very much for that.
50 US bucks.
Yeah. Oh, I'm speechless now.
Yeah. Me too. And she didn't even donate it to me. He.
There's Germa777. The name should pop up very soon on the screen.
Yeah, it did.
It did?
Yeah. It says there, Germa777 has donated $50 USD. Wow. That's all I can say. Hello. It's been spammed. Has to be.
Yeah.
No one's going to donate that twice.
No, look at the second one. It has donated minus $50.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was good.
Thanks for that anyway.
I'm sorry I had to test it. Okay.
Fair enough.
But a little bit of warning might have helped.
Yeah. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Do you mind me testing the donation thing? It's just a test.
Yeah.
And then do it. Yeah, that would have been nice. Got our hopes up.
But not to worry.
No. I'm glad we helped.
Yeah.
What were you talking about? I don't know. God.
Silage.
Oh, the silage. Yeah.
Yeah,
but anyway, I haven't looked at them yet. I've been going to see if there's a problem with the triggers. But I'm not going to bother. Like I said, I'm going to make a personal edit anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So before I start doing silage myself.
Well, yeah. The thing is I mean, I wanted to try and do silage the proper way on this map, because I thought, well, you know, it's
yeah. Well,
instead
I'm
of using the fermenting station, because I use that on everything. I use it on all my maps. You know what I mean? So
yeah, even the maps with working silage bunkers, I do.
But I thought, yeah, being as this is like a 16 times map, I thought, yeah, I'll try and do it the proper way. But that didn't work. So
no, and I find making silage a bit of a hassle in multiplayer. I'd rather do it in single player and use courseplay.
Yeah.
Than do it in multiplayer. You've got people tied up doing silage. It's all right taking it to the bunker, but then you've got to have some poor sap sitting on a loader, leveling it, you know, and it's a hell job for me anyway. I hate it, even though I do it on most of our multiplayer games. I usually end up being there because I know I don't want other people to have to do this.
But believe it or not, you know, some people do actually like doing silage in multiplayer. Because I mean, I watch Daggerwin when he does his multiplayer, and everybody's in the BGA doing what's it? Did you say
no,
that map is 16 times? No, not this map I'm on. It's Corn Belt. That's 16 times map.
Mm-hmm.
And it's absolutely ginormous. One of the fields, field 18, which is the biggest field on the map, it's actually the entire size of Goldcrest Valley.
Yep.
That just gives you a clue of how big the map is.
Actually, I think it's a bit bigger than Goldcrest, the entire map of Goldcrest. Looking at it, it's a tiny bit bigger.
Well, I know it's to buy it. It costs something like is it $14 million or something?
Yeah, something like that.
So it's a lot.
I'm not. It's not my aim in the game to own Field 18. Is not my aim in the game, really.
Well, no.
Yeah.
3 dudes multiplayer is doing silage corn harvesting tonight. Oh, okay. Yeah. So some people do actually like doing silage in multiplayer.
Oh, I enjoy doing it. I don't like doing the leveling, and I don't know anyone else that does. I says, yeah, I'll do it. I like doing it. Yeah, no, you don't. Especially when you're live streaming and all your viewers see is you going up and down in the bunker. That's pretty boring for you.
Yeah, that's different. I wouldn't do stuff like that if I was streaming. But if I was like playing on somebody else's multiplayer server and just playing, then I wouldn't mind doing it then. But if I'm streaming, then you know, because people ain't gonna want to sit there watching that. But saying that, I mean, when I've played on Don Diego, I've spent my entire stream just harvesting one field, because that's how big the field was. You know, like field 14, I think.
Yep.
And it's just like, well, in fact, it was 1.5 streams, because it took over 3.5 hours, and then I just like, right, that's enough of this now. I'm not finishing this here. I'm just going to end the stream now, because I was getting really tired after like 3.5 hours. And I'd done about 3/4 of the field, so I'll come back to it the next time.
You know the field that the big field you start off with on Corn Belt.
On Corn Belt, yeah, 35.
Yeah. Well, I finished yesterday. Harvesting canola on it. I put canola on it, and I had 4 harvesters working it. And it took roughly 5-6 hours with 4 harvesters.
5-6 hours?
That's the, yeah. Yep. About 5 hours, roughly.
With 4 harvesters?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've done that field, haven't you?
Yeah, but I only used 1 harvester.
I was taking a week.
No, it takes about 4 hours. It takes about 4.5 hours, I think.
Well, maybe I got my play sessions about wrong. I'm imagining I played for 2 hours, for 2 days. But it could have been one day and a couple of hours the next.
See, because I've only ever used the 1 harvester. I've only ever used the 1 harvester, okay. even though I've got you start off with 3. I've only used 1 of them, and I used 2 trailers. I was going to do. I did start using the chaser bins at first, but that just didn't work out right.
Did it?
No.
Worked out fine for me. It was quite good.
Yeah, but maybe it was the version of Courseplay I was using when I first started, because I've just updated recently, haven't I? So maybe that was.
Yeah, well, I was using the latest update.
Yeah, so now all I use is I just use a couple of trailers, and then when they get full, they just go offload it into the silo, and then while the one's emptying, the other one's emptying the harvester. So
Yeah.
just got them doing that. And I never use one harvester.
Okay.
But I do use 3 plows. I do use 3 plows on it.
Yeah, I use 4. I've got 4 plows.
I only use 3.
Yeah.
And that takes maybe that's what you was thinking of when you was thinking of the ploughing that took 4 hours, because I think that takes about 3.5, 4 hours.
Well, maybe, but I don't use course play for that. I just use hide worker. I might start using course play.
Okay.
I might start using course play and put 3 on it. I'm not sure how to set up 4, but 3, you can set up 3 on course play. It's easy enough.
Well, the way you'd set up 4 is you'd each one would have to have an offset. So
Yeah.
say if it's 20 meters, for instance, the offset would be at the center would be at 0, and then you'd have an offset of 10 meters and then 20 meters one way, and then 10 meters and 20 meters the other way.
Yeah. Well, I might try it with the 4. I was just going to try.
I mean, I've never used more than 3 of anything with course play, but I mean, I know how to do it. It's just it's just a little bit more complicated when you use an even number. Odd numbers, it's fine, but even numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, I just usually use 3.
If you're only using 2, it's easy.
Well, 2, yeah. But all you got to do is, if you're using 2 and you want to use 4, but 2. If you find 2 easy, then all you got to do is just double the size for 4.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
I watched a video yesterday, the day before. Really good video. I'd never heard of this guy before, but on how to set up multiple equipment on a field with course play. And it was very good. I was surprised how easy it really is.
Was he an Irish guy or a Scottish guy? Sounded like he had an Irish or Scottish accent.
It could have. I can't.
Yeah, I think I've seen his as well.
No, I don't think so. I think it was a European sort of accent.
Scotland is in Europe.
Not really. Not the old Europe. Not the old Europe. What's his name? His name was Data Lund.
Ah, yeah. I know. Actually, I'm subscribed to him, I believe.
Yeah, I am now too. After that.
Yeah, I think that's actually where I learnt originally how to do it.
Yeah, this one video alone, he's had 6,714 views. Actually, no dislikes. Wow.
None at all.
No. He's only got 213 subscribers. For someone who knows this game that well, he doesn't get many subscribers.
Yeah, I was surprised about the amount of subscribers that he had.
How good he is. You'd think he'd have thousands. Because he speaks very good English.
Yeah.
It's not Scottish or Irish, I'm sure of that. It sounds more like an older, like he's not old by the look of this picture, but it sounds like a very mild German accent.
Yeah, it could be German, yeah.
Very mild German accent. It's more, it's like someone that knows how to speak German, but has lived in an English-speaking country for a long, long time, all his life, basically. No, he's very articulate, language-wise. And gee, I just watched his video and go, shit, that's easy. I've watched some YouTube videos, people showing you how to do stuff with horseplay, and you go, what? Go back over that again. They talk at about 400 miles an hour, and they go, click, done.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? What did you just do? Why did you click there? You know, they don't take their time. They just rush through it.
Yeah.
It's like someone showing you how to pull apart a radio to fix it, and it takes them 2 seconds, and they go, "Yep, rip this out, pull that out, plug that in, pull this away. There you go, have a go."
Yeah,
go,
yeah, that's it. I mean, I found Ian Robson does some good
Yep.
courseplay videos as well.
Yeah, I watch that too.
Farmer Ups, hello.
Oh, he woke up.
Yeah, he's eventually woke up. How you doing? I thought you might have been joining me tonight.
Hello, he's in Discord. We're in trouble now.
Oh, yeah, he is.
I've been sleeping.
You've been sleeping? Ah, it's not good.
That's what I just said. You finally woken up.
I have a terrible bad back.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah. I know that feeling, mate.
Well, the last thing you want to be doing if you've got a bad back is farming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, driving around the tractor, cool.
Yeah.
I don't think you take a day off. It's farming.
Yep. No, that's fair enough, mate.
Well, of course it is, yeah. If you're not well, you're not well. I mean, this is the first real day this week I've had proper internet. So,
Yeah.
I thought I'd better get something done.
Well, hopefully you got proper internet in the weekend.
Well, I hope so. It seems to be doing alright tonight, so...
Yeah, no, that's reasonably good.
And I've been streaming now for... oop, need to run into a tree. Not looking where I'm going. For just over 2 hours 14 minutes, so... Yeah, it's not done too bad at all.
I've been here for about an hour and a half, I suppose.
Yeah, probably probably a bit longer actually. Yeah,
Yeah, it'd be close to 2 hours. It's almost Star Wars time.
yeah, well, I've finished fertilising this field now. All it needs to be done is planted, but that's a job for another day. Because this day is over.
How many sheep have you got? Just
Well,
out of
we've
curiosity.
just got the basic 10 of each animal so far.
Ah, okay, so you won't. Yeah, it's going to take you a long time before you.
Yeah, but like I say, I mean, this is only the second time we've played on this map. Because me and Farmer Ups did that field 1 last time in the 1 stream, and we haven't been back to it until now.
Yeah.
And all I've done is fertilised it and ploughed it.
Ah, I see.
And I believe I've only got £400,000 or only £400,000. And I think the only way I got that is because I think last time we might have sold a couple of vehicles or something. Can't remember, to be honest.
Yeah. You start off with a lot of vehicles.
You do, yeah.
And a very little amount. Well, you do get more money than normal when you start. Because he's up starting money. I think you start with about 100,000.
I can't remember, to be honest.
No, I can't remember either. Yeah, the faulty wool triggers spoiled it for me. I spent a couple of hours trying to fix it as well. I don't know what's gone wrong with it.
And I still can't figure out where it is from here.
No, straight ahead. If you go the other way, turn to your left. No, your other left. Turn. No, stop. Back up. Stop. Back up. That way.
Yeah, that's the way I'm going. Don't forget the delay. Don't forget the delay.
Well, I hate that. You're telling someone to do something when you're watching their stream, and you think to yourself, why aren't you doing what I'm telling you?
Yeah, with the low latency, it's fine, but with when you've got like I think it's 5 or 6 second delay I've got at the minute. It's,
yeah.
I still haven't. I've got no wool at all.
no wool yet. Have a look at the menu, escape menu. They have to be. You're not using seasons, are you?
No.
Just press it. Escape menu for you. Oh, you're using this.
Yeah, it says no wool at all.
No, because they've got no feed.
Oh, they've got no food or water. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
That's why they won't produce, mate. They at least need water to start.
Yeah, but it's like I said, it's because we haven't actually played this map yet.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be playing up like you were saying, though, I'm not sure if I'm going to carry on, because it's pointless buying all them sheep, buying loads of sheep if they're not going to produce any wool.
No.
I don't know.
The pigs and the cows work. There's not a problem. But
they work okay.
But I like having my sheepies.
But that is no problem, you know.
It isn't?
It isn't a problem. Why isn't there no problem?
You can get Johnny to get the wool spin outside.
Well, I did. They didn't fix it. I did it on mine. I filled around with it for hours. I took the spawner out and put it over there, outside the shed, over near the sheep, in a clear spot where there was nothing. And said, righto, fast forward to time, wool pellet, no more room for wool pellets. Okay, move the pellets out of the way. Fast forward time, no room. No, there was nothing. So, I thought, alright, I deleted it and got a wool trigger in from another map, imported it, put it down there in case there was something wrong with the trigger. Same thing, exactly the same thing. I don't know what's going on.
I talked to Stevie about it.
Yeah, and I talked to Stevie about it. We've exchanged a couple of emails, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Nothing. He says it's fixed. I said, he told me to try something. I tried that and it still didn't work. And I thought, oh, well, I'm over it. I'll go to another map. The amount of time I spend on maps fixing errors in them is just, you know.
Yeah, it cuts out on the playing time, doesn't it? You can't play if you've got to fix errors. Then you know.
And you get disappointed in the map because it's not working. Something's not working.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you get disappointed in the whole map because one thing doesn't work. Well, it's like West Coast, won't be playing that anymore. It's just pointless doing grass, pointless doing bales. What's the point? You're forced to do it one way and one way only.
Well,
no thanks. It's not like that in real life. And I'm never going to use seasons again in real life, ever. I just hate season. It's just too unrealistic. I mean, the game's unrealistic as it is, and then they go and add seasons mods, which is supposed to make it more real.
Well,
but all it's done is made it more unreal. It's garbage. Bales rotting in the fields after 5 minutes. Go away. Pigs not producing during a certain time of year. Go away.
Yeah, I found that a bit strange.
Pigs produce 12 months of the year. They're basically human beings. If they can put their thing in something, they'll put their thing in something.
Well, they do say that most human beings are pigs.
That's right. Well, did you know that the pig anatomy is 90% compatible to human anatomy?
Yeah, because they've put pigs' livers into people, haven't they? And
yep.
Pigs' hearts as well, I believe.
Yep.
So, yeah. Maybe they should start breeding them for that instead of food.
Yeah, well, if you really get into that, if pig's anatomy is 90% human or compatible to human, does that mean we're cannibals?
Well,
Does human flesh taste like pork?
I don't know. You'd have to ask Hannibal. You'd have to ask Hannibal Lecter that.
Yeah, I don't want to find out, but yeah, makes you think.
Well, I was listening to a comedy program the other day, and the comedian that was on there, he says kids say the silliest things. He said, my son turned around to me and said, "Daddy, if God didn't want us to eat animals, why did he make them out of meat?"
Shit.
And I'm like, oh, that's hilarious.
And why did he give humans canine teeth?
Exactly, yeah.
They're rippers. they're made to rip meat.
Yeah.
But
saying that though, kids do say things like that, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. God didn't want us to eat that. Why did he make it taste so good? Just to tempt you, my son.
Yeah, that's it.
The apple.
Well, that's why men have the Adam's apple, isn't it?
Well,
because Adam ate the apple, and then God said, "May that apple forever stay in your throat."
Yeah.
And he gave him the apple, and that's why it's called the Adam's apple.
Yeah.
Because he was the first person, and he didn't actually have one. He didn't have one until after that. And he didn't have a belly button either.
He didn't?
No, because he wasn't born, was he?
Oh dear.
Because, well, you don't need the belly button is where the umbilical cord is, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Eve
didn't have one either.
Eve didn't have one, no.
No.
See,
That's
watch Brummy.
It's a really horrible book to read. It is so horrible.
Watch Brummy Farmer. Learn about Adam and Eve.
I mean, Adam and Eve did a lot of begatting.
They did, yeah. But when I was at Sunday school a long time ago,
yeah, me too.
The priest was there. He was reading like from the Bible. He said he was going on about Adam and Eve had two sons, Cain and Abel, and then Cain killed Abel and went off to seek his wife. And I turned around. I was about 7 or 8 or something, and I turned around to the priest. I'm like, "Who did he marry?" And the priest's like, "What do you mean?" Like, well, if Adam and Eve were the first two people, and there was no other men or women there apart from Cain and Abel, who did he go off and marry? Because did he marry his mum? And his face is like, "No, he did not." I'm like, "Well, I'm only asking."
Yeah, I know. Because
some bits contradict the other bits, don't they? So.
Oh, the whole Bible contradicts from page to page.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, I ain't knocking religion or anything like that, because people have got their own beliefs. You know what I mean?
Everyone's free to believe what they want.
But
everyone's free to believe what they want.
Because there are people out there who actually believe that we're aliens, but it's okay because they're probably tucked up nicely in their rubber cell by now. But, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody's got their own beliefs, and I don't knock anybody. But it was just a question.
Yeah, I know. But there's no answer for that.
No, exactly.
There were other people. Where do these other people come from?
Yeah.
God only made Adam and Eve. So who are these other people?
Alien.
Must have been aliens, yeah.
Okay, then, so they're not all locked up in their cell. One of them's here with me.
So, if you read the Bible, then the whole thing is a sexual incest festival. Has to be. Because there's no explanation for all the other people. God didn't make all the other people. He made Adam and Eve in his own image. You know. Sorry, I'm going to get a lot of hate mail for that. But you want to believe in God, and you want to believe in all the different religions that are out there, and you all the religions say there is only one true God. Well, most of them. Some believe in multiple gods. Then you're free to do so, and I don't begrudge you that. But don't begrudge me for not believing. Sorry.
Do you believe in aliens?
Of course I do. I don't know if they're here, but the size of the universe is unmeasurable.
There's millions and millions and millions of stars out there, and there's billions of planets. And we're expected to believe that this is the only one that is close enough to any sun that can spawn life. Nah.
Yeah.
Not that one. That one ain't gonna wash.
No. The size of Earth is smaller than a speck of dust.
Exactly. Yeah.
Compared to the universe. No. There has to be other life on other planets in other places. Has to be.
I would say so.
Whether they're here or not, I don't know.
Why do I hear DW in there?
What?
I hear DW.
You can hear DW?
Yeah.
Hear him where?
You can.
Yeah, I can.
I can't hear him.
He and Dog Boy.
Oh.
Our Dog Boy stream up too.
Oh, they're doing a stream, are they?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes, well, I'm going to end my stream now.
Yeah, you might have to delete it. You're going to get a lot of hate mail, mate.
No, everybody loves me. I'm not sure about you, but they all love me.
I'm a heretic.
Yeah. Well, I want to just say thank you to Johnny and Farmer for joining me in chat. It's been entertaining as always.
My pleasure.
And I want to say thank you to everybody who's joined me in the chat on YouTube and my viewers on Twitch as well. Even though I didn't actually get many people talking to me apart from one on Twitch, but never mind. So look out for my stream tomorrow, which will be multiplayer. Are we doing Oregon Springs tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yep. So it'll be Oregon Springs tomorrow, which is 8 o'clock. No, 8 o'clock. Yeah, UK time. That will be with Icelandic Farmer Johnny V. Oops, are you joining us?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonko and maybe Jay. I'm not sure about the.
Maybe Jay. I haven't heard from Jay this week.
So yeah. So just thank you to everybody, and until next time, bye bye for now.
Bye bye everyone.